Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Medhasvi Commerce Classes. So in the previous video, we have discussed about the different dimensions of the business environment. In that video, I just forgot you to tell about the notes which is available in my description box. Hope so you people have downloaded the notes. So now coming to this video, today we are going to discuss about the chapter 4 that is called as your planning. So planning, I think you have heard somewhere this planning. Yes, obviously. While discussing about the first chapter, we have discussed about the different functions of the planning, right? So different functions of the management, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling and coordination and all those things. So in that, today we are going to discuss about the primary function of your management that is called as your planning. So before going to this today's video, we are if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel Medhasvi Commerce Classes. Like and also share with your friends also. So now today we are going to discuss about the importance of planning. Anyway, I'll just put the notes in my description box also. You can download with that notes also. So this importance of planning, they'll ask you for 4 marks. Again, an important question. So before going to importance of planning, today we are going to discuss first what exactly mean by this planning. Okay, what is this planning? Say if we want to do any work, first we will plan, right? For example, if you want to attend any one marriage function or any one function, or if you want to go for a one-day trip, or if you want to breakfast want to prepare for tomorrow, it may be anything, even a small thing also we require a plans. Planning is very important, as we all know that. Why we do plan? When we plan the things, what happens, it will be easily you can accomplish that goals or the objectives for what you are doing a plan. So planning plays a very important role in our daily life too. We do plan for so many activities in our daily life. But now, if the only 1 or 2 activities which are happening in our day-to-day life, for that only we are planning so much, then imagine the business, how many transactions it is going to be happen, how many activities it is going to be conducted, and what will be the objectives it is going to be happen, it is going to take care. So to achieve all those objectives, how much your business has to plan, right? That is very important. So now in this class we are going to study about what actually mean by this planning and what are the importance of this planning. So we'll just move on to this particular concept. What do you mean by this planning? Is, as we all know, this planning is a predetermined course of action. Predetermined in the sense you are going to decide it in advance. Before doing that particular activity, you are going to decide what you have to do that. So what is to be done? Who has to do it? When you have to do it? How you have to do it? Where you have to do it? How much time you have to take to do that particular activity? How much cost will be incurred by doing that? See, all these things prior itself we are going to plan. That is what do you mean by your planning. We'll just go with the meaning of this planning. Planning is a predetermined, pre in the sense prior itself. Prior doing one activity, you are going to plan it. To achieve a specific goals, yes, you will keep some goals. What is your goal? Ma'am, my goal is to achieve 95% in my second PUC. Yes, for what you are planning that? So I am listening to the videos, I am making a preparation, I am getting the notes, I am preparing every day. So every day I have made a timetable for studying 2 to 3 hours. This is all the planning what you are going to do. Why you are planning? Because you have kept one goal to achieve your 95%. So planning is a predetermined course of action to achieve a specific goal or the objectives. Whatever the objectives you have set, whatever the goals you have set, to achieve that you are going to plan. It is concerned with deciding in advance. You are deciding in advance what is to be done. What you have to do? Ma'am, I have to achieve 95%. Yes. When you have to do? When you have to do that? Yes. Ma'am, from now itself I have to do the preparation. Where? How? And who has to do it? See, all these things we are going to decide in advance only. See, this entire course of action we are going to call it as a planning. A very important, they may ask you for 2 marks also, meaning of planning. Hope so you people have understood with the planning. In a simple sense, you'll keep one objective. To achieve that objectives, how you are going to take care about the activities. That is called as your planning. Okay. So definition of planning. According to Louis Allen, what he is telling, planning involves development of forecast. forecast what is going to be happen in the future. You have to develop, you have to assume, if this is going to be happen, then what should I do? If this is going to be happen, then what should I do? The objectives, what you are going to set, the policies, what you are going to follow to achieve that, the programs, what you are going to do, the procedure, what you are going to follow, the schedules, the budgets, this everything is called as planning according to Lewis Allen. Development of all these things, you have to develop the objectives, you have to prepare the programs, policies, procedures, schedules, budgets, all these things are called as your planning. Now we understood with the meaning of the planning as well as your definition of the planning. Now we'll move on to what are the importance of planning. Yes, planning is very important, as we all know that, because planning will helps us to achieve the goals which we have already set, right? So now let us see what are the importance of planning. First point is planning provides direction. Direction, yes, if you don't plan, first you are going to plan to achieve some objectives. So this planning helps you to put some target for you, have some objective, have some goals to you, so that it will provide you the directions to achieve that goal. So to achieve that objective, what you have to follow, what is the procedures you have to follow, what is the policies you have to follow, to develop that, this planning will helps you a lot. So it will give you a clear cut objectives, what the business has to do, what the employees has to do, and how, what is what is the intention of the employees to work in that particular organization, what is their goal, how to achieve that goal. So it will give a clear cut information as well as clear cut direction to achieve the organization's objectives or organization goals. So planning provides a directions for achieving the organizational goals. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Yes, we all know that the future is uncertain. Business is in the same point where it has to plan something for the future. For the future, you don't know what is going to be happen in the future. You have to prepare for the best situation also, and you have to prepare for the worst situation also. So what this planning will do, planning will help you to forecast what may happen in the future. What may happen in the future. See, the risk, you can't control it, you can't eliminate the risk. Keep it in your mind, you can't eliminate completely, you can't eliminate the risk, but you can take a precautionary measures to overcome such risk. That will be done by your planning. So planning reduces the risks of uncertainty. Future, if this is going to be happen, then what you have to do? If this case is going to be happen, then what you have to do? Everything you are going to plan it in prior itself. So it will reduces the risk what you are going to get it in your future uncertain events. So you can't control the risk, you can't eliminate the risk, but you can take some precautionary measures to reduce the risk, to reduce the consequences what you are going to suffer from those risk, from those uncertainty. That will be done through your planning. Planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Overlapping in the sense doing the same activity again and again. So planning, what does this planning will do? Planning will tells you what you have to achieve, who has to do it, when has to do it, everything. Clear cut information will be given to the employees, right? So employees, every employee will come to know that what is his work, why he is doing that work, and from whom he has to get that work, and to whom he has to report to that work. Everything, a clarity information will be given to our employees. So there will be no confusion in the minds of the employees as well as in the minds of the people who are working in the organization. If there is no confusion, what happens? The wasteful activities will reduce us. No one will do the activities wastefully. They know what has to be done, and overlapping, doing the same activity again and again by a different individual, that will also reduce us, because each individual have a clear cut information what they have to do it, right? So planning reduces this overlapping of the activities as well as this wasteful activities also in the organization. Planning promotes innovative ideas. Who is going to plan? Yes, as we all know that planning is an intellectual process. It is a thinking process. It is a decision making process. You have to think, you have to plan, you have to assume what is going to be happen in the future. According to that, you have to plan the things to work out, to achieve your goals. So who will do this planning? The managers will do this planning. While doing this course of planning, manager will get a new ideas. New innovative ideas will generate in the minds of the managers while doing a planning. If in case, if I'm going to do this activity in this particular manner, what will be the consequences? In case I can do this activity in this manner also, no. So what will be the consequences? So planning gives innovative ideas to the manager while at the stage of planning itself, not at the stage of implementation. While at the stage of planning itself, you'll get so many innovative ideas, so many creative ideas to accomplish the goals, to accomplish the objectives of your organization. Planning facilitates the decision making. What is this decision making actually? So decision making is nothing but when you have a different alternative courses of action, you have to select one best course of action, right? How to select that? How to take the decision of selecting a best course of action? That will be helpful through your planning. Planning will gives you different alternatives, different ways of doing that particular job. So you have to evaluate each and every alternative. If I am going to do in this particular way, what will be the benefit? If I am going to this particular way, what will be the cost which I am going to incur? So each and every alternative, you have to analyze it, you have to evaluate it, and you have to select the best alternative out of all those alternatives. This will be done through your planning. At the starting stage itself, planning will gives you a different alternatives for achieving the objectives. So by evaluating those things, it will helps you to take the decision, selecting a best alternative out of all the remaining alternatives. Planning establishes standards for controlling. Controlling is nothing but, as in the starting itself I told you, assume that you have decided to take 95% in your PUC. 95% is your goal. That is your standard. That is your standard. You have got around 90%. Assume it, you have got 90%, that is your actuals. So at the planning stage only, we will fix the standards, and whatever the performance we are doing, we'll compare that actual performance with the standards which is fixed by us. We'll see whether we have met the standards or we are lacking in meeting the standards. If we have not met the standards, what causes the deviations? Why we can't able to meet the standards? What is the reasons? So we are going to find out the solutions to those problems. That will be done from the planning itself. Planning establishes the standards for controlling. This is done in the controlling stage. So for controlling in the sense to have a, checking the actuals with the standards. If you don't have standards, then with what you are going to compare your results, right? So this planning helps you to set the standards so that controlling process will become easier, where controlling process is nothing but comparing your actuals with the standards and seeing that everything is happening according to the plans or not. If it is not going, what are the deviations happens? What is the reasons for it? How can you overcome such deviations? That can be done through your controlling. So to have that standard, planning plays a very important role. So planning establishes a standards for controlling. So by this, all these things, we can conclude that planning is very important in your business organization. To achieve any goal, to achieve any objective, planning plays a very important role. It will gives you a direction how to achieve it, clear cut information, by reducing the wasteful activities, by giving a innovative ideas, and reducing the risk what you are going to get. It will improve the decision making. It will also gives you a standards for controlling. By doing all these things, planning helps achieving the organizational objective smoothly, with effectively as well as efficiently. This is what do you mean by your importance of planning. Again, it is an important 4-mark question. So as I already told you, notes is there in your description box. You can download it. A replica of it, I've just put it in a slide. You can see what is planning, explain its importance. You can write the meaning of the planning. You have to write the meaning. Just put all the importance, all the 6 points at a place, and whichever the points you feel easy, out of 6 points, you explain those 4 points. That is more than enough. So everything I've given you clear cut here. Whatever I've given you, if you are going to read that much, if you are going to write that much in your exam, that will be more than enough. Hope you people have understood with the importance of the planning. We'll meet with the next video while discussing about the features of the planning. What are the features of planning? So until that, stay tuned to my channel. Bye bye.